So yesterday I just got done trimming my fruit trees and I have a lot of branches. I got a tumbling composter, which has been working great for the last 6 months. And I also got a chipper shredder. It's been all winter, and this chipper shredder that I got off of Harbor Freight, it's been in my garage. I haven't fired it up yet. Let's see how hard it is to get it going and to use it for the spring. Alright, so here are all of those fruit twigs that I had trimmed off of my apricots and peaches, and it did a pretty good job of reducing them to a mulchy consistency. It's something that I can put right into the tumbler and provide a great source of carbon. So instead of going out and buying like wood pellets, like why would you buy stuff to put into your composting unit? Like, shouldn't you be able to find things on your plot that you can use to serve that purpose? And I think that this is what's going to do that for me, which is great. So instead of throwing these out in the trash, I can do this, and instead of buying wood pellets, I can use this. And I think it's going to be a great way to sustain my composting and to have as little leaving my property as possible and as little having to be brought in as possible. In case you would like to get a better look at the unit that I'm using for my chipper shredder, as I mentioned earlier, I ordered this from Harbor Freight online, and this is what it says here as far as the model and the capacity that it can do, how powerful it is. You have this panel here that if you use a lot of wet materials, a lot of things that are maybe vegetable waste that have not so much of a woody stem but more of a soft, mushy type of a stem, as you shred that stuff up, I've found that this wants to plug up, and so I routinely, as I'm going through, have to take this off, turn it all off and everything, be safe about it. Then I have to take this panel off and kind of clean it out. So that's what I was experiencing in the fall, and I'm at a point where I just usually keep the 3 bolts on out of convenience. It still keeps the guard in place, and it's been safe for me, from my experience. This doesn't want to budge or come off, but I can get it off faster if I need to. With that wood, obviously that wasn't an issue whatsoever. With dry leaves in the fall, it's not an issue at all. But for the extra gardening waste, that was something that I experienced. So you put all of your thin branches and your leaves and your stuff in here, and it shreds it up pretty well. Like I said, pay attention to the wet things. I had some nasturtiums, and those nasturtiums just wanted to gum up in there. And then you put your thicker things, your branches in here, and find that works reasonably well. As you saw, if you're going to move it, you shut off the gas here. Here's your choke for when you're first going to start it up. You turn it here, let it warm up for a few seconds, then you switch it back off. You've got your pull start crank here, and you actually have an actual on-off switch as well. And that's the basic quick overview of this. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, other than, like I said, it wants to gum up if you have stuff that's really wet, but that's probably going to happen with any of these types of things, I imagine. So there may not really be much you can do about that. I'm not sure, but I'm going to stick with this one because this is what I got, and it was great for the price, half the price of some other similar models. So you can't really argue with that.